Hi guys, this is Vijay and I hope you are doing well. In this video lecture, we will discuss the working principle of disc brake, its construction and its advantages. First of all, what is the definition of brake system? A brake is one of the most important controls of the vehicle. This is a combination of some of the interactive parts and its basic function is it absorbs the energy from the moving parts and slow down the vehicle with the help of friction. This is the basic function of any brake system. Every vehicle has its own braking system to stop that vehicle. So the function of the brake system is to stop the vehicle within the smallest possible distance, and hence this is done by converting the kinetic energy of vehicle into heat energy, which is dissipated into the atmosphere. As we know that according to the first law of thermodynamics, we cannot generate the energy and we cannot destroy the energy, but whatever the energy available in nature, they all are convertible with each other. So in a vehicles, whenever it is in motion, so there is some kinetic energy, and whenever you apply the brakes, at that time it is decelerated. So at that time this kinetic energy, it is converted into heat energy. Okay, so this is the basic function of brake, to convert the kinetic energy into heat energy with the help of friction. Okay, and this heat energy, it is dissipated to the atmosphere by providing external surfaces. The brake system in an automobile can be classified into these following categories: mechanical brakes, disc brake, hydraulic brake, power assisted brake, air brake, electric brake and hand brake. So let me go through disc brake system. So first of all, we will discuss the construction of the disc brake. The disc brake is used in motor vehicles and cars. It consists of rotors, brake pads, piston, caliper, sensors. Okay, so these are the basic parts of the disc brake. We will discuss one by one. The first one is rotor. So rotor is a circular disc bolted to the wheel hub that spins with the wheel. Rotors are most commonly made of cast iron or steel. However, some very high-end cars use a carbon ceramic rotors, and rotor can be slotted or drilled for better heat dissipation. And we have already discussed, okay, whenever we apply the brake, at that time the kinetic energy, it will be converted into heat energy. Okay, so this rotor will reject the heat to the atmosphere by providing the surface. The next one is a brake pads. The brake disc which rotates with the wheel is clamped by brake pads, which are made from highly friction material like as asbestos and ceramic, fitted to the caliper from both sides with pressure from the piston and decelerate the disc rotation. When the pedal is pressed, the piston pushes the pad by pressure of the hydraulic fluid. Okay, so thereby slowing down and stopping the vehicle. Okay, so the friction pad rub against the rotating disc connected to the wheels of the vehicle, and thus braking take place. As the pedal is released, friction pad returns to its original position between the pressure of the hydraulic fluid reduces. Okay, so at that time the brake is released and it is disengaged with the rotor. The next one is piston. The cylinder of the brake connected to the brake system hydraulics. The piston is what moves the brake pads into the rotor. When the driver presses the brake pedal, some brake systems have a single piston that moves both pads, while other have two pistons that push the brake pads from each side of the rotor. Okay, so it will depend on types of design. In some of the disc brake we are using a single piston, and in some of the disc brake we are using two piston on both side of the disc. The next one is caliper. The function of the caliper is it is a housing that fits over the rotor and holds the brake pads and pistons, as well as containing ducting for brake fluid. There are two types of brake calipers, floating type, or we can say sliding type, and fixed type. The next one is sensors. Some vehicles have brakes that contain sensor embedded in the brake pads, which works to tell the driver when the pads are worn out. Other brake sensor plays a part in the vehicle, like as anti-lock braking system. So as we know that in anti-lock braking system we are using sensor. Okay, so disc brakes are generally used in passenger cars, but due to their stable performance at higher speeds and resistance to brake pad, they are gradually spreading into a commercial vehicle segment, where drum brakes were traditionally chosen for their longer service life. Now we will discuss the working principle of disc brake. How can it work? When the brake pedal is pressed, the high pressure fluid from the master cylinder pushes the piston outward. So with the movement of the piston, this movement is utilized to apply the brake. The pressure reaches the brakes on the wheels via tubing filled with brake oil, or we can say brake fluid. The delivered pressure pushes the piston on the brakes of the four wheels. The piston pushes the brake pad against the rotating disc. The piston in turn presses the brake pads, which are friction material, against the brake rotor, which rotate with the wheels. The pads clamp on the rotor from both sides and decelerate the wheels, thereby slowing down and stopping the vehicle. Now we will discuss what are the advantages of the disc brake over drum brake. As we know that the disc brake, it is lighter than drum brakes. It has a better cooling because the braking surface is directly exposed to the atmosphere, so it can easily reject the heat to the atmosphere. It offers better resistance to fad. It provides uniform pressure distribution, as well as replacement of brake pads is easy, and by design they are self-adjusting brake. Okay, so these are the advantages of the disc brake, and nowadays in most of the car it is used, as well as in racing car we are also using disc brake. I hope this content it will be helpful to you. Thank you friends for watching this video.